Hi everybody, and welcome back to my next video in the series about Battle for Antares, the new game which I'm going to release on Steam quite soon. In this series I would like to walk you through a lot of these game elements, how they are composed, how they're made up, how the game works internally, how I have accomplished certain things and all the mistakes which I've made doing that. And in this video today I would like to show you some more details about these stars. I've already made a video about the star actor itself, how the visual effects work, how the materials work, how the star itself is procedurally generated. And today I would like to show you how the galaxy is then generated, which is actually quite forward, and also how these star names here work, how they are chosen, and how this behavior is here that you can see the star name when you're zoomed in, when you're close by. But for example here these stars do not yet have their names visible, but once you come closer you get to see them. So how this logic works. So it starts within this debris game state. This is pretty much the main game state that is active when you are playing the game. So there is this game state itself essentially comes with this generate new game event over here. So there's a lot of logic happening when I need to create a new game. We can discuss that in more details later, but one of the things which I'm doing is to generate the solar systems. And so this star comes with this method to create the solar systems. And essentially what I'm doing is, depending on the galaxy size that you have chosen in the main menu, I am just randomly picking a number of stars I want to have in the galaxy. And now I am creating, the next thing is I'm creating a list or a table of available star names that I could pick from. There's this static table of all the potential star names that the game could choose from. There are right now 70 different star names available, and since the maximum number of stars you could have in the galaxy is 40, there will always be enough stars, and there will always be some kind of randomness to that. So essentially I'm starting with creating this array of potential star names that you could pick from. And now what I'm doing is, as long as there are still stars which I need to create, I'm just choosing a random index within the list of available star names, and say that that's the new star name, and removing this star from this array so that it cannot be picked anymore. Now I'm drawing a random position for the star within the galaxy. So there's this everything happens within this boundaries between mean -2,500 to +2,500, both in x and y direction, and the z coordinates are 0 all the time. So I'm drawing this random position for the star, and now what I need to do is I need to check whether there are other stars already nearby. So this function starts with this all positions array, which starts empty. So for the very first draw, there will be no other stars. This array will be empty, so everything will be fine. I can pick, I can create that star at this location. So I'm going into this branch here and I'm setting everything up. But if in doing later draws there are already stars in here, then I'm essentially for all the stars calculating the distance to this potential new position, and if that is essentially I'm calculating the minimum distance to any of the other stars, and only if that minimum distance is larger than 500, then I allow that star to be actually created. So if that's the case, I'm going into this upper branch here, where I first add this new position to this all positions array to make sure that next time it is taken into account when the next star is chosen, and then I'm spawning the actual solar system actor here, and setting the name, and also reducing the count of stars left to create. If this position was too close, then all I need to do is I need to add this star name back into the star names array to make it available for another pick in the future. And now this whole loop continues until I have created enough stars with reasonable distance between them. When I call the set name function, essentially these stars have the system name widget with them. They create the system name widget when the star is created, and I'm just setting this name variable So this system name widget itself is essentially just looking like this. There's this name itself here, and the text is bound to this name variable which I'm setting. Then there's also this time till the next drone is being created. That's another logic which I'm going to discuss. And then there's this batch. Okay, so there's not really much relevant logic here in this for now, but the magic happens when you move around the camera and want these star names to be visible or not. So that happens. This happens within this update system name function, which essentially does two things for now. First, I take the actual location of the star itself, and I am projecting that into the screen space coordinates of the camera. So I'm just calculating where the star is being projected onto the screen. I get these 2D pixel coordinates here, and then then essentially I reposition the widget to exactly this position on the screen. This makes the name always appear above of the stars. And then the last thing which I need to do is I need to decide whether I actually want to display the name or not. So essentially here I'm taking the owner of the star system and then seeing if this is contested or not. And depending on that, I'm either setting the alpha value to full 1, meaning that the star name is fully visible, or I'm setting this to this calculated value where I just, based on the distance that the camera has from the actor, I'm just calculating the 3D distance, and based on that I'm setting this alpha value to be either 1 if you're close by, or 0 if you are far away, and linear transition between that. Yeah, so this is essentially responsible for making the star names fade in and out based on your camera position. Okay, so that's pretty much it. When you create a new game, this generate solar systems method is called, which is just randomly spawning these actors, making sure that they have reasonable distance between them, setting the respective name from this random draw out of this table. The widget itself is just quite straightforward. It just has this text here, and then during gameplay, the solar system updates the position and the alpha value all the time to make sure that the text is correctly positioned and fades in and out depending on your camera position. Okay, so probably that's enough for now. If there is anything else I would like to discuss, or if there are open questions about this, then let me know in the comments. I'm sure I can focus on these topics as well. But for now, it's enough. Thank you very much for your attention, and see you next time. Goodbye.